A very good morning. Welcome back to another daily market outlook where I'll discuss the major dollar pairs and of course gold. So we've seen euro dollar and the other major dollar pairs shoot up in towards the sky, and even gold made a massive surge in price. Now in today's video I'm going to be explaining why. So starting off with euro dollar, we can see here on the daily time frame that we've seen another leg up in towards the upside. If we currently look at the fractal structure, we can see that we saw that first break up, retracement, and then another break up. Now this sell before the strong buy up, which caused another fractal break here, is now your new area of daily demand that is currently in control. So this demand should hold and it should continue to push euro USD further up higher. In this level or near this level, we also have the monthly and the yearly open, which often act as an area of support or resistance. In this case, it should act as an area of support. Now, why did euro dollar suddenly pump in towards the highs? Because if you look at the lower time frame, you can very clearly see that on this 4-hour candle, there was a sudden surge in price. Now, this had to do with the fact that there was a Wall Street Journal article that was published announcing that Trump would not impose his tariffs on day one. Now, if you have been following the US dollar news a little bit, you will understand that, for example, on USD CAD, Trump has been announcing that he was going to impose tariffs on Canada. Now, this article mentioned that he would not do it on day one, which caused USD CAD to fall 1.5% down because it made the Canadian dollar stronger against the dollar itself. So the DXY also fell pretty heavily yesterday, as you can see over here. And this was because, again, of the fact that Trump said he would not impose those tariffs on day one. However, later that evening, he said that he was thinking in terms of tariffs that he's going to impose a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada. And that is now again causing the market to reverse or to pull back in towards, on euro USD at least, this daily area of demand. So a lot of things going on, a lot of news being announced, causing the market to move very heavily. But from a technical analysis perspective, euro USD is still looking good for further upside. After liquidating the weekly low over here, which we have to our left, we can see that we saw that V-shaped reversal back in towards the highs. Now, this is a little bump in the road, and as soon as that got liquidated, we saw a significant reaction. No close below it as well, only just some wicks. Going in towards the daily, we saw the initial daily fractal break in towards the upside after breaking this high over here. We saw the retracement, and now we've seen another break in towards the upside, causing a double fractal break. We have the monthly and the yearly open here acting as an area of support, and now we have also seen pretty much a retracement in towards the 0.5 fib here on the daily fractal structure. Now, obviously, if we look at the daily time frame, we can see that we have a pretty overextended move in towards the downside, and it would not be strange to start seeing a pullback. This is, I think, actually the first time in a very long time in this entire down move that we've seen a double fractal break as we have had over here. So this is a bullish sign overall. I am still interested in further upside on euro USD. As you guys know, on the 4-hour time frame, I have been mentioning this long position over here, which I have been in for quite some time now. I called it, I think, somewhere last week. You can watch back the videos. I've received a lot of hate in the meantime, with everybody saying, no, euro USD is going to continue to go down. Obviously, I understand that perspective as well. Overall, we had a downtrend here on euro dollar, and everybody was looking for that further downside push after retracing in towards this daily area of supply. Now, I'm going to dive into the specifics today in a live stream during the New York session, so make sure to join the Discord server and join that live session. The live session will be here on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. Now, looking here at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we're forming an internal structure over here. We've now retraced in towards pretty much this overall order block, and what I'm now simply waiting for is for the lower time frame to confirm that it wants to move up higher again. Preferably, I would see one more push down and then maybe kind of like a bullish reaction, see a market structure shift, form a fresh area of demand on a sub for a buy up, and then see that further upside continuation, or obviously just break this high over here and then retrace and then see another high break and then go long inside of that area of demand over there. So looking for further upside still on euro dollar. The announcement, or excuse me, the prediction that we had on euro dollar was very, very accurate. So happy to see that, and I hope a few of you were able to capitalize on that as well. So yeah, as long as the daily fractal structure here is holding, so this black line, in my opinion, we should still push up higher. Obviously, if that starts to break, then we should start heading down lower again, and I will have my eyes on that weekly area of demand. But for now, the bulls are definitely in control. Now, moving in towards the dollar index here on TVC, so that's the data feed was closed yesterday. But what we can see, and I'll just quickly go into capital.com because it has better data, and then go in towards the 4-hour time frame for you. we can see a massive drop here on the dollar index. Now, the dollar index is not dropping for nothing. If we look at the weekly time frame first of all, and we zoom out a little bit, we can very clearly see that if we turn on the 50% body candle indicator, that we have these two imbalance candles here on the left, right? So these imbalance candles are a method that I use to identify areas of supply and demand. We see a massive movement in towards the downside after forming that basing structure with those 50% body candles. We tap in towards that supply zone, and then again I go in towards the daily and I see what? A double fractal break in towards the downside. So a fractal break, guys, is nothing more than a market structure shift. Here we see the first break, here we see the second break, and now we have retraced here on the dollar into what? Well, in towards the buy before the sell. That is currently in control. So still interested in further downside here from the dollar, looking for further shorts on the dollar, meaning further upside for Euro USD, pound dollar, etc. So let's see if we get that. Obviously, if we start breaking above that area of supply again, we break this black line, then we could see further upside again. But for now, shorts are holding my preference as I see that the bears are in control. Moving on into AUDUSD. AUDUSD saw a very sharp rise yesterday in towards the upside. As we can see here, we have the daily fractal high. So this is your daily fractal high. Let's see, did we tap above it? Yeah, we tapped above it. So what we now have is a daily fractal break, guys, because fractal breaks or market structure shifts based on fractal structure are already happening simply based on a wick break. So this now means that this is now your fractal low over here, and that we've now made a retracement into where? Well, in towards the sell before the buy. Obviously, you can always refine it to the last candle and draw the zone from wick to wick. This is now your demand zone that is in control. As simple as that. All that we're looking at over here is obviously, okay, a lot of downside momentum on the daily time frame, yes, but when do we expect a pullback? Well, we expect a pullback once, one, we hit a higher time frame area of demand or liquidity. So as we can see over here, we hit a massive liquidity low, and we're now seeing a V-shaped reversal. And then second of all, once you see a daily change in structure. Have we seen that daily change in structure? Yes, we have. Why is that? Well, because as soon as we grab the lows, we see the V-shaped reversal in towards the highs, and we see a change of character caused. So this is the high that broke this low over here, and that high is now broken over here. Therefore, this is now the low that should be respected. So what I'm now looking at is this area of demand to push Aussie dollar up higher. So now what I do is I go in towards the 4-hour time frame, and then I look again. What do we see? Okay, on the 4-hour time frame, we are still swing bearish. This is your high, this is your low. So these are very aggressive buys to take, but it is a potential buy that you could be looking for. This is currently 4-hour demand. Go down in towards the 1-hour time frame. Then you see it's a little bit more difficult. Let's see, the 15-minute is also not too clean. But what I do like is the fact that there is no liquidity in this area of supply. So a lot of you might consider this an area of supply over here. Obviously, this is consolidation. It's a buy up for a strong sell down, but in the overall push down, there's no liquidity. So let's see if we can break above this again. If we do, I'll be looking for some more longs on Aussie dollar, to take out this area of supply and to trade the overall pullback in towards the upside on AUDUSD. I might also be looking to get into a swing position on this and trade Aussie dollar pretty much like this, with my stop loss potentially underneath this low over here, and targeting an overall pullback from AUDUSD for around a 1 to 2 risk to reward is what I would be betting on. Myself back up in towards this area of supply is what I would be looking at personally. So this is what I'm looking for on AUDUSD. Going into pound dollar next. Pound dollar saw a massive rise in towards the upside yesterday, even stronger than Euro USD. Reason being was because Euro GBP also saw a fall in towards the downside after grabbing liquidity above this green line over here. So this is a swing high, kind of like the high of this area of consolidation over here. You can see that we liquidated the high, and then if you go down in towards the 1-hour time frame, you can see there was a pretty sharp reaction down. However, the bulls are still in control over here in towards the upside. Once we break this, pound dollar will absolutely skyrocket, guys. We just need to break this area of demand over here, because Euro GBP moving up higher means Euro up, pound down, right? So we need Euro GBP to start falling, because that would mean GBP stronger. So looking for that on pound dollar, that will aid it in its next push up. Looking here at the daily, obviously we can see that we still have not yet tapped in towards order flow. So guys, what is order flow? Order flow is just simply the fractal structure that I'm referring to. So if we look here, we obviously that the market is trending down lower. However, we have an untouched area of supply, right? This buy before the sell. This is the high, this is the low. That's what I'm currently looking at. But this supply zone is untouched. So what I'm now looking at is just to trade the internal trend up higher, back up in towards that daily area of supply. I then look at the 4-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame, I see that we also have an internal trend where we have a break up, and now obviously these lows are currently in control. I've been mentioning pound dollar longs for a very long time, already since last week, so I'm happy to see it play out. Overall, we did kind of see some risky swipe of the lows here, but nothing like a candle close below the low, causing it to continue to push down lower. So now what I have here is that this overall sell before the buy is in control, which we're currently inside of, and I'm still interested in further upside from it. So let's see if we can get another long here from pound dollar in towards the upside and see all of these descending highs get taken out. My main liquidity high is this high over here, and that would coincide with seeing pound dollar push up higher in towards that daily area of supply. Okay, so looking at the lower time frame to see if we can see any trend shifts. Yeah, preferably you would want to see this low get taken out and then kind of like break the high over here, which broke that low, and then you have a market structure shift, and we continue to go long from there. If we already see a push above this high, I'll already be looking for further longs as well. But yeah, that is GBPUSD for you. If you would want to swing it, I don't prefer it as much as, for example, Aussie dollar, just because the daily fractal structure is bearish still, with this being your protected high here on the daily. So that makes it a little bit more complicated. This setup over here could play out, but preferably I would be looking, or what I would have taken if I were you, the lower setup over here, which obviously I also shared last week as well, with pretty much an order on this area of demand like this. So if you did take that last week, you would be in profit now, but still looking simply for further upside. Going into NZDUSD, NZDUSD itself also saw a surge in price yesterday. Looking at NU, it just failed to break the daily fractal high. So guys, again, we can see momentum is down. Then this is your fractal high, this is your fractal low. So this is the bearish range that you're trading inside of. But as we can see, demand is in control, guys. This sell before the buy down is currently in control, and I'm looking for higher prices from it. So let's see now if we get that today. Yeah, I'll be keeping an eye. Not interested in any shorts for now until we start breaking the lows once again over here. So for now, this is pretty much the setup that I'm looking at on NU, with stop loss obviously below the low, targeting some highs. For around a 1 to 2 risk to reward, pretty much is what I would be in. Obviously you can swing it up higher, but let's see what happens. Yeah, if you want a better risk to reward, obviously you could look at the 4-hour time frame and place a stop loss a little bit tighter. But yeah, if you want to swing it, that would be what I would personally be doing. Going into gold, last of all, what is happening over there? Because gold has been shooting up higher, following the daily order flow, as I mentioned, for again a very long time. Now this is currently the sell before the buy that is in control. So as long as that is respected, we once again should continue up higher in towards a new all-time high. Yesterday we saw that the market was consolidating on gold, so not very interesting. But as you can see, after consolidation, a massive breakout came. Now I'm just focusing purely on the 4-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame I can see that we have a beautiful 4-hour zone of demand. So here we have the daily sell before the buy up, causing the break of structure over here. Then I go down in towards the 4-hour time frame again, and then I look, okay, this is then your sell before the buy up. So this is now the zone pretty much that I'm looking to go long from once again in towards the highs. So still expecting further upside from gold, just simply following the overall order flow, which we've been doing for a very long time now. So thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day. We're going to go live here on YouTube this afternoon during the New York session. So make sure to join over there and stay tuned for a webinar, which we're going to be hosting on Thursday. Much more very, very soon inside Discord. Thanks.